Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Lefties Losing It. We've got a little bit of Trump to start us off. At the beginning of this episode, well, actually, it's a cool little it's a cool little pigeon strutting around. But then we've got a little bit of Trump, which is good. And then we've got a little bit of Governor Hochul, that trash of a governor. Oh my gosh, she like put out this, I don't know, PSA or something about the safety of subways, and then boom, like karma hits her right in the face. And unfortunately, there's been a couple deaths on the subway just in the last day or so. And I'll actually be putting out a video today. So this video will be out tomorrow on the 24th, but I'll be putting out another video today covering that tragic incident on the subway. So anyways, let's get to it. We've got a lot of people losing it. So let's check it out. All right, let's do it. Now, I don't know if this is, I mean, it's funny, it's cute. Apparently somebody glued the hat onto the pigeon. I don't know if that's true or not. So that would be probably bad for the pigeon. But come on, a pigeon walking around with a Santa hat. How cute is that? That's awesome. 'Tis the season, baby.
With a stroke of my pen on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy.
Yeah.
And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools
Yes.
and high schools.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And we will keep men out of women's sports.
Seems pretty common sense. I
And
don't
that will
know.
likewise be done on day one. Should I do day one, day two, or day three? How about day one, right?
A lot of stuff he's doing on day one. It's going to be a long day, I tell you, but he'll get it done. I mean, I think some of this stuff he just says day one. If it doesn't actually happen on day one, it's not a huge deal, but I think within the first week, for sure, all this really, really important stuff is going to be addressed and it's going to be handled. So, yay!
Under the Trump administration, it will be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Common sense.
I'm on the subway train heading out to Queens Center. I have a lot of, not quite last minute, but I have holiday shopping to do. I've got an adorable 2-year-old granddaughter, so it's a lot more fun to shop. I can take the subway wherever we need to go, and I want all New Yorkers to feel safe.
Yeah, typical day at the subway. Jeez Louise.
Which is why we've added so many more National Guard, over 250 more people that'll make sure that your ride is as safe as it can be.
Horrible timing. Horrible timing. So this is just one of the headlines from the 22nd. Subway station stabbing in Queens leaves 1 dead and 1 hurt. Absolutely atrocious that this is happening. This is totally on Biden's administration, letting all these, I don't know if this is like immigration related, but the second one, definitely, they said, at first they were like, oh, some guy, burned this lady alive. But now they're definitely saying that it was an illegal alien that did it, and this guy is freaking nuts because he not only lit the woman on fire, but apparently he just sat there and watched her burn alive. This guy is sick, and he needs to go. I think he needs a death penalty personally. You know, I don't know. Eye for an eye, right? Maybe he should burn alive as well. I don't know. Maybe that'd be too cruel. But man, this is just sick. So sleeping subway rider burned alive on F train after crazed attacker tosses lit match on her. Police sources. Okay, and apparently she has died, which is a good thing for her because my gosh, you don't want to like survive an incident like that and be burned like 80% of your body or something like that, because oh my gosh, that'd be like my worst case scenario. Absolutely horrible. Gonna be putting out a video today talking a little bit more in depth on this guy. He shouldn't even be here. That woman should still be alive. It's horrible. Just horrible.
I am proud to be white. 3,
Gosh.
2, 1. Just be in the middle.
Yeah. Can there be a middle?
Can there be a middle?
Pick a side. Pick a side. I don't know.
This is so retarded that this is even a thing.
I almost went there too. It's like
I think
so
like
hard.
guiltily, like I'm like happy that I'm not oppressed,
Oh
but
gosh.
I'm not proud of like things people have done in the past.
It's the past. It's not the present. I mean, be a good person today. Help people. Have some charity. Give some service. Don't worry about what happened in the past. That's the past. You know what I'm saying? Man, these people are freaking brainwashed. It is insane. This whole white privilege thing, it just makes me sick. That was not a thing when I was growing up as a Gen Xer. It's so infuriating. Who cares who cares about whether you're white or black or Hispanic or Asian or whatever? Be proud of who you are. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. My gosh.
When I think of being proud of something, I think of something I worked for, or that I had to do nothing to be white. Absolutely nothing, and nothing was taken from me because I was white.
Oh gosh.
It's like saying I'm a proud white person is a completely different saying than saying I'm a proud black person. Because when you hear I'm a proud black person, I think empowerment, I think strength, I think courage, I think, all these amazing things that the black community has done and accomplished throughout the years. But then when you say I'm a proud white person, already there's so much like hate involved in that.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
What are you talking about, you stupid woman? Oh my gosh, these people are they're insane. They're literally insane. And I seriously hope none of them have children. Really.
The thing about that is like how you said, someone who says I'm proud to be black, that's empowerment. Why aren't I allowed to be proud to be white? What makes it wrong?
Look at that. She's the only one that's proud to be white. Good for her. My gosh, to have the courage to be true to yourself. These other... I gotta watch myself. These other people are they're pathetic. They're pathetic. They're weak. They're weak-minded. They're brainwashed. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, what are you proud of? Just your skin color? Because yes, that is wrong.
So
Why?
you're saying I can't be proud to be white because I don't have a culture.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
When white people say they're proud to be white, a lot of times, at least in my opinion, they're talking about their skin color. That's
Duh. Yeah, of course they're talking about their skin color, but they're talking about they're not even talking about it. Normal people do not talk about people's skin color, okay? I'm sorry. Like,
that they're not a different race. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
But as like we were talking about, as a proud black person, they've been oppressed. That a lot of their culture was stolen from them. And
but the people living right now are not oppressed. Like, that's the thing. There's no black slaves in America. There's no white slave. There's no slaves in America, period. We fought a civil war where lots and lots of white people actually died to free the black slaves. This is just insanity. Like, gosh.
a lot of reasons that I don't like Proud to be White is because it has the Nazis used it. The KKK used it.
My gosh. And the KKK, yeah, just that's the Dems for create. That's the militant wing of the Democrats back in the day. They're the ones that created the KKK. Okay, the Southern Democrats. So you have no idea what you're talking about, my friend.
I don't want to be associated with any of those things, so I'm just gonna completely stay away from that.
Sure, I'm not proud of like what my culture's done, but at the same time, like I would not want to be anything else. If I had to choose another
Good for
race,
you.
I don't know what I would be. I'm okay with where I am, even though I'm getting backlash
Good
about
for you.
being white.
Can we as a nation please collectively tell Elon Musk to fuck off? So Elon, get into one of your spaceships and shoot yourself into the sun.
Say it loud and say it again. Data Strike 2024. Everyone can do this.
What?
Everyone can do this.
Why?
This
Why?
is something accessible by everyone. Everyone can use their voice this way. Please join us.
What do they hope to gain from not looking at not using their phone? So it's going to be an airplane mode all day long. So they're still going to have their phone, but there's going to be an airplane. Why not just turn your phone off? That would be a good thing. Just turn it off and, I don't know, talk to a human being. Maybe talk to another human being. Like, see how they're doing. See what's going on in their life. Like, this is actually a good thing, and they're so stupid that they think they're gonna burn down the economy or something because they don't use their phones for 2 days. No, if they actually like get outside and walk in nature and like go see other human beings out in, outside in real life, that's what they actually need to do a lot more often. Oh, these people are retarded.
Data Strike 2024.
Yeah.
CRFI.
Oh, gosh.
If you're like many women, you've been to a birthday party or a small office gathering, an event that's meant to bring people together.
Speaking of retarded, this lady is like queen of being retarded. And I think she's like she works for San Francisco, the city. She's like the new, I can't remember. It's like the fat czar or something. I don't know. But this is so stupid. She's talking about like situations where you're serving cake. and the woman, the person serving cake is going to be a woman. So that's misogynistic in itself. But then, you ask for maybe like a smaller piece than what, and then that's like all gets into fat shaming. I don't even know. This is so stupid. But take a look, and we're talking about misogyny and like all the top I don't know, cards that they play.
There's swinging tunes, some adult beverages, and good convo. And then it comes time to cut the cake, and someone decides to ruin everything.
Oh my God, that slice is huge. That slice is bigger than Beyonce's paycheck. Can you cut me half of that?
This is so retarded. This happens all the time. I don't care who's cutting the cake, whether it's a guy or a girl, but sometimes you don't want. How many times? Hey, how big of a piece of cake do you want? That's the common question whenever you're serving cake to like a small group of people, and you go, oh, I don't know, I'll take a thin piece, or I'll take actually a fatter piece if you're gonna give me one. These people are so insane. Oh, San Francisco. Oh, you're going down. You're going down in a bad way.
Cake-related fat-phobic incident, or CRFI, is that moment when it's time to eat delicious cake and it's...
This isn't a real thing. It's not a real thing. It's... Stop treating it like it's part of reality. It is not. Nobody goes through this. Nobody has this situation at a party or at a company get-together for whatever, a birthday. This never happens, okay? I've had lots of cake served to me over my years, and this has never, ever once happened. You are stupid.
Interrupted by a moralizing impulse. Inevitably, there's always someone at the party who has to declare publicly that their slice is too large, and that the person who's cutting the cake, almost invariably a woman, must do some disproportionate amount of labor in order to...
Disproportionate amount of labor? What is she talking about? You're putting the knife like this. That's it. And instead of going like this and this, you're going this and this. You're still cutting the cake. There's no extra labor involved.
To accommodate their need to feel superior. Let's take a look.
Can you do a little bit, just like, can you like scrape all the frosting off and cut it in half and give me 2 forks, because I'm sharing. Small, like a little bit more, like tiny, no, like less than what you're, smaller, please.
Nobody does this. Nobody's like, just like, I don't, no, a little bit big, no, a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. No, just, nobody does that. They're doing this just to be hyperbolic. And it's so stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. This is really aggravating, and I'm on a rant.
Could you just cut my piece into 12 equal symmetrical little pieces and put each one into a tiny little Tupperware so that I can have a bite for each month of 2018?
Okay, like, I know they're trying to be funny, but first of all, it's not funny at all. Second of all, this never happens. This is just dumb and stupid propaganda that they're trying to push some stupid being fat is great agenda, which it is not. Don't buy into the gaslighting. I mean, I know we can't all be super thin, but, we need to try to be as healthy as possible. I'm working on it myself, but man alive, we're living in a bizarro world, okay? It is bizarro world. Everything is flipped on upside down. What's right is wrong. What's wrong is right. I'm pretty sure there's a scripture somewhere about that. I don't know. End of times, man. End of times. Let me tell you.
Thanks. Smaller.
Let's take a step back and view what's happening through a critical feminist lens.
No.
CRFIs typically happen in environments where there are primarily or exclusively women. Women are disproportionately negatively affected by diet culture because diet culture maps onto sexism.
Women.
Oh yeah, because it's not affecting men. It's just women, right? Yeah, there's no fat men out there, just fat women.
Like many parts of diet culture, there is a significant performance component. You have to show others that you are being good. Controlling how much you eat is part of what it means to be a, quote, good woman.
No, it just means like just take a piece of cake. My gosh, you're overthinking this. It's just a piece of cake. I mean, look, if you're like chowing down on the whole entire cake, you've got a problem. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. That's not healthy for you in the long run. Might be real tasty in the short term, depending on the cake, but come on.
This kind of behavior is a way for people to keep other people in check through food
oppressed.
moralizing, surveillance, and policing.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Policing?
These are the mechanisms that are at the core of diet culture and weight control. The idea that you can position yourself as superior to others.
You know, nobody thinks they're superior for asking for a piece of cake that might be just a little bit smaller than maybe what you're cutting, okay? Maybe they just don't want to eat a whole bunch of cake. Maybe they don't really like cake, but they're taking it to be polite. Who knows? Who cares what slice size you take when you get a piece of cake? This is so asinine.
Through self-control and self-denial is super sexist.
It's not sexist at all. What are you talking about? Oh, this woman is like the queen of the retarded liberals, okay?
CRFIs have a history of creating a hierarchy among women and ultimately in maintaining misogynist expectations.
What?
I used to hate white people when I was younger because growing up in the South, every old that I talked to instilled into my brain, oh, you better not trust them goddamn white folks.
That's what happens.
The white man is evil. The white man is the devil. You know, they used to hang us from trees and they enslaved us. And when you hearing this as a child, it definitely impacts you on the subconscious level. And see, I don't really fault a lot of the older generation because they actually experienced a lot of things that I never experienced. So growing up, these thoughts are put into your head. And then you go to school and it's two movies that they make sure you see. They make sure you see Roots and they make sure you see the Dr. King movie. So now it's reinforcing this narrative that all white people are evil, all white people are bad. But even more importantly, it's also instilling a victim mentality within your consciousness.
Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. Give this man a prize. He is preaching truth all the way through so far. I mean, that wasn't my experience growing up. I'm not black and I didn't grow up in the South. And I don't know if this is every black person's experience growing up, but I think there is a lot of this going on. It's a generational thing to, don't talk to cops. Don't be a snitch. Whatever. Like, the white man is evil. He's the white devil, right? This definitely goes on, but I'm hoping that is changing and shifting to where it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that this guy's overall experience, as he's about to talk about, is what is actually more going on in the upbringing of the normal black family.
So now anytime something bad happens, you can blame white people, you can blame the system, and it's really putting you into a powerless position. And I didn't realize when I was younger, but I was being force-fed these narratives that may have been true for other people, but it wasn't necessarily true for me because honestly, I lived in like a 98% black neighborhood. So I didn't even see white people. But because I'm being programmed, anytime I would see one, I automatically have a certain level of hostility towards them based.
See, now, like, for instance, he said he grew up in a 98% black neighborhood, right? So he didn't have a lot of interaction with white people when he was smaller. Now, like, for my case, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. My neighborhood growing up was probably like 99% white, I think. I don't know. Like, I don't think they're, like, in elementary school, I don't think there was a single black person in my grade school. In junior high, there definitely was. In high school, there definitely was. But even at that, there weren't a lot. I mean, there's maybe like 4, like in the whole high school, right? But the thing is, like, my upbringing, and I'm pretty sure most of the upbringing of everybody else in that neighborhood when I was growing up, we were told to respect people and to treat people kindly, and it didn't matter if they were Mexican, if they were black, if they were Asian, if whatever. That just didn't matter at all. And so, like, I mean, my experience, there was no racial tension. There was zero racial tension growing up when I was in high school. Now, when I was, just to make this short, I moved from the suburbs of Chicago in my at the end of my sophomore year, basically. Junior year, I moved to Indiana, South Bend, Indiana. And when I moved there, I became the minority by far. I don't know what the ratio was, but it was probably, I don't know, 75% black, 80% black. And but still, even with that, I don't remember any racial tension. We all treated each other with respect. I mean, when we were playing basketball, it was sometimes a little rough. Being a white guy trying to play basketball with all these guys that are super good. But anyways, yeah. Hopefully, the racism is starting to cool down in America. Anyway, let's get on. I've been talking way too long.
Did you know that a straight guy dating a trans girl is still a straight relationship? Hello? I mean, trans woman or woman, and a man dating a woman, well, that's a straight relationship.
No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, if I am dating a trans woman, I am essentially in a gay relationship. I don't... How could it be anything other than that? How could you even think this, dude? Because you're a dude. If you're a dude and I'm a dude and we're hooking up, then that's a gay relationship. I'm sorry. Oh my.
Summer has always been one of my favorite seasons. Grazing in a nearby meadow near the stream is one of my favorite pastimes. The euphoric nectar scent of the wildflower sends me into a whimsical haze.
What are those udders? Why does he have udders on that? What is this, like some weird cow fetish or something? Is this like a furry thing? What am I looking at?
I love it.
I love it.
The world, the earth,
I love it. I love it.
Is warm. I spend my days drifting away.
Oh my
wondering
gosh.
And exploring all of life's possibilities. Curiosities, as well as possibilities. I am free. I am whimsy.
You're insane.
All life is precious if given the chance to explore all the possibilities.
Oh gosh.
Who are you?
Oh
do
gosh.
You moo?
Do I moo?
I do.
I don't. Well, I mean, at the very least, this guy is like out in nature and, communing, I guess, with with nature. I mean, that's a good thing, I suppose. Everything else, I'm not so sure about. I think he needs help, like mentally. I'm not sure. I think. Tell me down below if you think this guy needs some help.
So the Supreme Court ruled that a president has complete immunity for any act they do in their official capacity as...
That is not true. They don't have complete immunity. There are guardrails set up in that judgment, and that, you know, what the Supreme Court has said. So she is wrong already.
President.
And I know where she's
and Joe Biden
probably
is still
going.
president. And the Supreme Court is counting on Joe Biden to continue to be the good man that he is and not...
The good man that he is? Has he ever been a good man? I don't know.
Abuse what they have just given him. But personally, I think Joe Biden should go full Monty on this.
You want him to be naked? I know that's not what you're talking about. That was funny. I think that was funny.
I mean, in his official capacity as president.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he could just disband the Supreme Court
or
unalive Donald Trump.
Oh, yes. And FBI, please contact this woman. She needs to be arrested for, I don't know. Is this hate speech? If this isn't hate speech, I don't know what is.
I mean, he'd have complete immunity. He's president,
No, he
right?
wouldn't. No.
That would certainly solve a lot of our problems.
What problems would that solve? That would, like, throw literally the country, I think, into some kind of weird civil war. Okay? If Trump was killed and knowingly, like, we know that he was killed by somebody, like, on the other side. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know what the result of it, but it would not be good. It would not be good. It would be ugly, I think. Very ugly. If Republicans and conservatives actually started, you know, fighting back for real. That would not be good.
Hey, Trump voters, did you know that statistically speaking, if all of you were to take your own lives right now, the world would genuinely be a better place?
Actually, the nation, if every single person that voted for Trump did somehow, like if you had a death note or something, the country would be absolutely ravaged. I mean, it would be destroyed. Half the nation, not half, but, you know, I don't know. Well, I mean, there would be a lot of people dead, and then the country would be absolutely destroyed. It would. I don't think you would be able to come back from that. So you are retarded, my friend. Sorry.
Did you know that? Like, if you all were to die right now, the world would be better off without you.
Yes, the party of love and joy just comes out so easy. The hate and the call for destruction of half the country, or at least half of the voting populace. And they have no problems with this. My gosh, these people are like, they're not only mentally ill, I think some of them are actually evil.
Genuinely. The world would celebrate.
No, they wouldn't.
We'd get some real work done. If all of you were to drop dead, it would be better for the world.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just to prove that, we have the right to overthrow the government. It literally says in the Constitution that if the government becomes destructive, we the people have the right to alter it or abolish it altogether.
Oh, but when the Republicans side of it that shows up on January 6th, and I know I got a little bit too rowdy. I understand that. But when we do it, it's insurrection, and oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. But when you guys talk about overthrowing the government, it's just, and it's the right thing to do. Such garbage.
And honestly, at this point, the U.S. presidential election, it's the U.S. government as a whole. It's them sending money to fund a war with our taxpaying dollars that we never approved of, the cost of living, inflation, the cost of education.
Thanks to Biden and Bidenomics, you're dealing with the consequences of voting that I don't even know, guy into office. I was trying to come up with something funny, but I can't. He's just like a meat sack, I don't know. Anyway, he's not there. It's Weekend at Bernie's, okay?
The cost of healthcare, like, at this point, everything is just f***ed. So I think we should just
that is true.
Start from the beginning.
We are with Trump. We are just ripping it all down, I hope, and really making a difference in government to make it better again for the country and really for the world.
Like, just wipe the slate clean, because this shit now isn't the way that it's supposed to be, I feel. Like, we need to reset the whole system, seriously. Yes. And we have the right to do so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we do, but look, everyone's feeling the Bidenomics. That's just, everybody is. I don't care how much money you're making. So yeah, this guy is totally feeling it, but he doesn't understand what is actually happening because he's not attached to reality.
Yeah.
Did you know we deliver LGBT plus workshops for schools?
Oh,
Hi, I'm Jack.
You do.
I'm the workshops leader here at Popinoni. I work directly with schools to deliver super fun, age-appropriate workshops.
Or in other words, propaganda. Just swap out workshops for propaganda and brainwashing, and maybe a little sprinkle of grooming in there. I don't know.
To primary school kids from across the UK. From introducing ideas about family diversity to learning about the history of Pride.
Yes,
our sessions allow a safe space for children to learn and understand about LGBT+.
See, look at this. Look at this. Look at the glasses he has. I'm telling you, there's like some weird like memo that went out that if you are trans or you have to have cat eye glasses that are way too big for your face. That seems to be the underlining like I don't know, badge of like who they are. It's the glasses, the oversized glasses, and generally always a nose ring as well. Now, he doesn't have a nose ring that I see, but it's weird, okay? It is weird. There are so many people in these videos that I've done over the last couple of months. Like, consistently, they have the cat eye oversized glasses. Weird.
Us identities. We encourage children and teachers to ask questions, share their experiences and thoughts, to ultimately help our next generation grow up, not just to be more accepting, but
to be brainwashed.
to celebrate difference.
Oh,
if you're interested in some workshops for your school, just drop me a line at info@popinoli.com.
So I just got done playing tennis in my small little Tennessee conservative town. It was a mixed doubles group, and you can see I'm dressed pretty, I don't know, mask, androgynous, whatever you want to call it.
Like, you're dressed normal? That's what I call it. You look perfectly dressed to have just played tennis, so why do you have to bring sex into it?
And I'm not exactly going around announcing to people in this group that I'm non-binary, so most of them probably don't know. But
why would they know? Why would anybody know you're non-binary? Nobody would. Nobody on that tennis court would know that.
While I was there was a man there that made a transphobic joke.
Oh,
and
gosh.
It was offensive, and it was loud. Okay. He yelled it across the court. And my first...
So, like, in the middle of playing tennis, this guy just announces a joke. I mean, I don't care if it's, like, transgender or whatever. You're not going to just be like, oh, by the way, hey, let's just stop playing. I'm going to, like, just scream a joke out, okay? I don't know. I'm not saying this guy's lying, but it sounds a little bit suspect.
First instinct was shame. Like, oh, gosh, I really... And then it was fear. And then it was like, no, screw it. I got to say something. And so I turned to him and I said, hey, I'm non-binary. I'd lay off the transphobic jokes. And he said, what's non-binary? What does it even mean? And I said, the fact that you don't know what it means is even more reason that you lay off joking about trans people. And he said, well, are you a boy? Are you a girl? I said, I'm neither. I use they, them pronouns. I'm non-binary.
You're stupid, okay? You're just retarded. I'm sorry. This whole... You need help, my friend, okay? You are a boy. You are a man. That's it. Enough said.
And he said, well, it's just genetics. And I said, I have spent so many more years and so many more hours and so much more life energy researching and learning about this topic than you.
And drinking that delicious trans Kool-Aid.
You ever will in your entire life. I promise you, I know more about it than you do. And he goes, oh, well, I mean, it was really more of a guy joke, I guess, than a, oh, okay. And I was ready for more.
That's probably a little bit closer to the truth. It was probably just some stupid guy joke or whatever, and he took it the wrong way. I think that's more of what it was. And then, of course, he had to announce he's non-binary. It's like, shut up.
More, because I thought he was going to keep going, right? Keep going at me. And he didn't. We ended up playing for another, like, 45 minutes, and he was...
Why would he keep going at you? I mean, his reaction is probably like, oh, okay. Let's keep playing. Like, he probably didn't even give it a second thought.
He was very quiet. He was much more reserved. And I realized, like, I think that small interaction is going to make him think twice in the future about making trans jokes.
No.
Even when he looks around and thinks he's in a conservative area with all cisgender people, he's going to think twice.
No, no, he won't. Not even a second thought to thinking twice or whatever. He's gonna say the joke. That's a guarantee.
And I'm glad I said something. I'm glad I had the courage to say something, because too many times in my life I have let jokes and offensive things like that slide, and I want to start doing better.
I'm Jack. My pronouns are they, them, and I identify as trans and non-binary.
How you doing, buddy? We just saw you. Now what are you pushing? Now what propaganda or what agenda? I mean, I know what agenda you're pushing, but what are you talking about now? Are we still talking about Pop Nolly or whatever the freak that is?
Here are 3 things you can do to support trans children in your school. Number 1, be a visible trans ally. There are lots of ways to do this, from having trans inclusive flags in your classroom to having trans inclusive storybooks on your bookshelves.
Why do we even need this? We don't need any of this. This is all wrong.
Number 2, stop unnecessarily gendering things in your school. This ranges from easy changes, like not grouping children into boys and girls.
That's insanity, okay? This guy shouldn't go anywhere near children. Period. They should have some sort of, like, I don't know, something to keep this guy away from children.
To not having gendered uniforms. Consider how excluded trans and especially non-binary children and staff may feel about gendered spaces and policies.
They don't. They don't, because they shouldn't. This shouldn't even be a thing.
And number 3, teach children about pronouns. What they are, how we use them, and why they're important.
Yes, because we all use pronouns of the person we're actually talking to. No, we don't. Just call them by their name. Or hey buddy. Or hey friend. Or hey dude. We don't sit there and call and say, hey they them, how you doing?
This allows trans people to not be singled out for their pronouns, and instead makes pronouns part of the norm.
And that's the propaganda. Part of the norm. It shouldn't be anywhere near the norm. Speaking of slipping and sliding and social... UK, what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to do better. Let's watch.
The time's 20 to 3, 14:40. I'm arresting you on suspicion of improper use of the electronic communications network. I'm just
watch.
127.
Yeah, what?
Okay, so you do not have to say that. that may harm your defence if you don't mention one question, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that?
So I'm actually being arrested?
You're going to be arrested, okay?
Right.
Take you back to the police station.
Right.
You, okay, this is in relation to some comments that you've made on a Facebook page. Okay.
Oh,
This should be totally illegal to do this. I don't know how UK got to this point, but they've been drinking the Kool-Aid as well, and they need to do better. They need to reverse this kind of policy for, it's like, what is it, like their hate speech policy or something? Give me a break. Hate, anything you say could be hate speech. So what's the point? It's all about my feelings. My feelings are hurt. Oh no, go arrest this guy because he said something mean to me.
Really, oh, it's a Facebook crime, is it?
Okay.
Right.
So we need to ask you some questions about that.
Right.
Have you got anything in your pockets?
I've got my keys.
What?
No, that's about it, I think. Keys.
Why are they getting rubber gloves on? What are they about to do to this guy? Are they about to, like, strip search him or something? Cavity search him? What? For making a comment on Facebook?
So, anyone who's been arrested, we can search them under Section 32 of Police and Criminal Act.
Right.
That's for dangerous items.
I mean, you said I was going to be arrested under some what information? I'm going to be arrested for posting on Facebook.
Some comments that are offensive, obscene, and people have made a complaint about that. And it
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Can you tell me what this comment was?
Okay, well, we'll do that.
He doesn't even know.
All right. And so, what am I going to be locked up for the night, or?
Hopefully not.
This is insane. This is so insane. And this is the world that the liberals want us to be in, where you say something on Facebook or something on social media, and anybody can say, oh, my feelings were hurt. And the next thing you know, you've got cops showing up, arresting you. Now, I don't know if this guy's going to go to jail. I don't know what their policies are exactly in the UK. But the fact that they're throwing on the rubber gloves to, like, I don't know what they're going to do. This man is not a threat. He sounds like he's probably, like, I don't know, 60-something, 70-something. He sounds like a totally reasonable, nice old man. He's not going to have any guns or knives on him or anything stuck up his butt so he can shank somebody when he gets to the police department. Come on, this is so stupid. Okay, well, listen, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please subscribe and leave your comments down below. I really do enjoy reading what you have to say and building up this community here at Idle Hands. It's pretty cool and it's kind of special. So thank you for being involved in that. And also, you know, we do have merch. So if you want to get like a cool mug or a shirt or something, we've got a lot of different products to choose from. And I'm trying to put up new designs. So, you know, give you some choice. Okay, so anyways, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next video, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated. And we'll catch you in the next video. All right, bye.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.